Black Widow snags $80 million from its theatrical debut, $60 million from Disney Plus. Folks, let me read that to you one more time. Black Widow, okay? Out of the $80 million, $60 million is from Disney Plus. Black Widow has stolen the pandemic-era box office crown. The latest Marvel film scored $80 million at the domestic box office during its debut, the most of any film released in the wake of COVID epidemic. Over the weekend, around 81% of the theaters were open to the public, according to the data of ComScore. Universal's F9, Fast and Furious 9, was the previous record holder, getting $70 million over its 3-day launch into theaters last month. The film garnered an additional $60 million from Disney Plus sales. In addition to Black Widow, tallied $78 million from international ticket sales. Here's what this means. Let me tell you why actors are no longer scared of Hollywood. Here's why. This is not the typical movie, Hollywood thing that you're doing. Netflix is coming right now. They won Oscars, they won Academies, they won they won whatever it is that whatever they're giving away the awards for best movies. Actors are sitting there saying, "Listen, man, Hollywood. Those days of a handful of you guys having all the power in the world where you can push us around, you can't do that anymore. You don't have that kind of authority anymore. The days where Weinstein, pre-Me Too movement, the days where Weinstein had everybody like strong-holding everybody, strong-arming everybody, you can't do that anymore today." So Hollywood actors are feeling a little bit more confident and liberated. Hollywood for the longest time was almost a dictatorship. Today, yesterday I get back to the office. I was in Aruba, I land. I come to the office first thing in the morning. You know what's sitting on my table right now? You know what's sitting on my desk right now? A script. A guy sends me a message saying, "I love what you're talking about with da-da-da-da-da. I got a script for you. I'd love for you to invest into our script or buy our script from us." Sitting over there. We're starting to get more scripts than ever before. What does this mean? Person can have money, $10 million, $50 million, $25 million. Say, "I'm going to do a movie." Here you go. And then you can go pitch it to who? Others, rather than going and selling it to traditional Hollywood route. So I think the Ashton Kutchers of the world and all these other guys are getting comfortable because you're seeing what happened with the Black Widow movie. Disney Plus, stay home and watch the movie. No need to go to the movie theater.
Is it essentially becoming almost like a cryptocurrency type of decentralized platform? It's not just in Hollywood anymore. You got Disney Plus, you got Netflix, you got Amazon, you got you can go down the whole freaking list, and the Hulus and the this and the that.
That's actually a great analogy.
Well, and it's just not decentralized. And now the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, to use your analogy, don't control Hollywood anymore.
Well, the studios
is a great thing for a lot of people.
It's the studios that don't control Hollywood anymore. And by the way, Barry Diller, one of the legends who ran two of them, Paramount and Universal, I think. He said last week that the movie business is dead. He literally said he said the going to the theater experience, the movie business is dead, and it's never coming back.
Do you agree with him?
I 100% agree with him. And Netflix doesn't release streaming figures like this. Disney to say 60 million, that's uncommon for them to actually release that. But that's unbelievable. I would never go to a movie theater again. I don't think. I have no upside to going to a theater.
You just went to a movie,
Who's got the time for it?
What movie did I watch?
I don't know. Didn't you go to a movie theater?
I mean, if I take the kids... Oh, we watched Fast and the Furious 9. I gave it a 7. It was actually a good movie.
You gave the 9 a 7.
No, I gave the 9 a 7.
Okay.
Yes, I gave the 9 a 7. I took the kids.
I hate when that happens. You go home with a 9 and you wake up it's a 7. It's the worst.
I accidentally took the kids to Mortal Kombat. Till today, there's not a day when I bring up movies where they don't bring up Mortal Kombat.
What do they say?
But you're the one that took us to Mortal Kombat, the worst movie of all time. I say, I've taken you to 50 movies you've loved. One of them.
And so the last thing we need is Dylan and Tico fighting. We saw what happened earlier with those
They had
guys.
one of the most epic fights of all time in Aruba. And here's what happened. The fight, I'm not going to tell you the details of the fight, but they had a pretty big fight because Dylan threw sand in Tico's face apparently accidentally. I wasn't there to witness it. Mario was. So I walk up because Mario's like, "You got to come here to the beach." Dylan's running off. It's pretty epic. Crazy stuff's going on with these guys. And you got to realize Aruba's a very calm place. The water has no waves. Like literally, there's no waves where we are at this Ritz-Carlton resort. I walk up and I go to the kids. I'm walking back. This husband and wife, good-looking couple in their 50s, right? The kind that takes care of themselves. You know, she's wearing a two-piece. He's got the whole nice six-pack. They said, "You know, I got to tell you, we love your boys." I said, "Really? Tell me why." He says, "For the last hour, all we've been following is what your boys have been doing. Your two sons, we can tell. Those two are your sons, but the other two are not your sons, right?" I said, "No, why?" He says, "Because the other two are too nice."
Because your two kids are going at it.
And he says, "For 1 hour straight, we've been following them, and we love what they're doing. The fighting, the words, all that stuff. Thank you so much for giving us entertainment." I said, "Well, they'll take $100 tip from you." Anyway, so we had a good time out there with the...
Back to the... so they will not let the
Mortal Kombat is done. That's not going to happen.
Real quick, just a little thing to add. you talked about the movie studios, Paramount and
Universal?
But didn't Amazon just buy MGM?
Yeah.
Okay, so that there's another further example.
But they did it just for more content in their library.
There you go. Here's how I don't go to the movie theaters, like, period. I think the last one I went to was, like, I took my ex-girl to go see Winnie the Pooh, like, back in the, 3 years ago.
Be honest.
Who were you dating, by the way?
Yeah. She was 25, but, she probably acted like she was 5. However, this is how out of touch I am.
By the way,
no, she's not listening.
She's listening. She DMs me every time.
She's got me blocked. She's got me blocked. This is how
memories.
That I miss Winnie the Pooh.
What was the best part of Winnie the Pooh? When he got his head stuck in the honey jar?
Oh, yeah. You got your hand caught in the cookie jar. Anyway, here's how out of touch.
You're a high roller when you take your girl to a Winnie the Pooh movie.
Hey, by the way, to defend you for the Mortal Kombat.
I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed.
I spend more on,
different.
on food than on movie tickets.
By the way, that story is actually gets you closer to Soy Boy than further away from Soy Boy. I just want you to know that.
Here's my point. Let me finish my point, and then I'm going to... this is how out of touch I am with movies. When I hear... this story, Black Widow grosses $80 million. I'm thinking, oh shit, they came out with like the female version of the Black Panther. And then I look it up and it's freaking white girl Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow. I'm surprised that's not cancel culture yet.
Stop it.
I'm just telling you.
Stop it.
I don't give a shit. I'm just saying. I'm surprised that there's people out there being like, Black Widow, white ass Scarlett Johansson. What the hell's going on
folks,
here?
if you're listening to this, Adam's not lying. Adam thinks, if you don't know this already or not, Adam thinks Fast and the Furious is a continuation of Knight Rider. That's how old school.
Love Knight Rider. Kidding me?
Yeah, David Hasselhoff.
I loved it.
By the way, you should show the poster you have in your office of David Hasselhoff of Knight Rider. They should see it. I don't think people really see that side of it.
It's not Knight Rider. It's the Baywatch one.
It's the Baywatch one.
Sure.
Big David Hasselhoff guy. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.